What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Wham, and we're back to conclude the 1984 album Make It Big. Indeed, thank you again to Han Solo for sharing the Wham material, and we're going to listen to Careless Whisper. Now, this is one I actually know going back to my youth. When it came out in 84, I would have been 3 or 4 years old, so maybe I wouldn't have been aware of hearing it until a little bit later, but I definitely remember it from many, many years ago. As I sit here, I don't really recall the lyrics. I recall the sonics pretty well, I think. It has that late night, intimate type of atmosphere. I believe it's got a saxophone. I can even hear the melodic line of some of the singing, but I can't recall the words per se. So, to think about the title as I always do, A Careless Whisper sounds like one that's a bit indiscreet. You whisper to keep things hushed, or maybe to convey intimacy, whispering into someone's ear, a lover, a partner. But a careless whisper sounds like you're being a bit indiscreet, maybe whispering a bit too loudly, maybe other people are overhearing, and in that context, figuratively, it could be an affair or some connection that other people end up knowing about. Ultimately, I'll see what I can catch, not on a first listen, but on a first listen in quite a while. So let's hear it. This is Wham, the track is Careless Whisper, and it's the final track on their 1984 album, Make It Big.
Time can never mend the careless whispers of a good friend to the heart and mind. Ignorance is kind, but there's no comfort in the truth. Pain is the whole you'll find. Should've known better, yeah.
Saxophone even better than I remembered it.
I feel so unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. As the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind a silver screen. It's sad goodbye. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend.
Guilty feet got no rhythm.
Should've known better to cheat a friend. Waste the chance that I'd been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you. Time can never mend
sonic details. I like that staggered, syncopated final section. Okay, sonically, so much to talk about. Number one, I love that acoustic guitar, which, despite being slow and melodic and emotional for lots of it, also has a bit of a bluesy feel, especially toward the end there. At the beginning, I was actually wondering, is that a harp? But no, I think it was an acoustic guitar the whole time. There's those pad keys, very dramatic and deep. There's also the drum rolls, what was it? That string, almost like a tension string running through the back in different parts. The deep bass groove, absolutely love that. So sonically, it's a very rich and lush tune. Lyrically, I'm curious. It sounds like someone who was a friend with the narrator, and they wanted more, and they were maybe on the verge of becoming more, but then he did something, maybe slept with someone else, maybe indicated interest in someone else, and it sort of spoiled everything, and the other person ended up going away. And talking about dancing with someone, it seems like we're in figurative territory, maybe being intimate in a full sexual respect, but also saying that he feels guilty about what he did, so he's never going to dance with anyone else again. But then it seems to place them in some sort of nightclub, and it's good that the music is loud tonight because I'm not sure what we would say to each other anyway. But then before that, he's saying, we should get away from this crowd. It sounds like we want to go be intimate. So maybe it's a more literal idea that he was dancing with this person that he feels very strongly about, someone who's a friend who, again, maybe he wanted to become more with, but then at that same event he ended up dancing maybe intimately with another person, and that either made the friend jealous or just sort of ruined the mood and the emotion exploded. So I would guess more the long-term, more abstract reading of it, that there was some connection, maybe even had been intimate or was in the early stages of some relationship, and then he cheated and it ruined everything, and now the other person has gone away and he's lamenting what's happened. But that line, I love that line, that guilty feet have no rhythm or got no rhythm. It's again, if it's figurative, I think it's very clever. If it's more direct, I feel like, which again I see as less likely, but I still feel like maybe they couldn't find that interaction again. They couldn't find the motion together. Nevertheless, great vocals from George. It's funny, as I was listening, and now having heard a couple albums of Wham and some George Michael solo material, I feel like this sounds more like a George solo track than it does a Wham tune. A lot of the Wham stuff is very happy and poppy, and in a couple cases even a bit silly, not necessarily in a bad way, just in a very pop, maybe not bubblegum pop, but very non-serious type of atmosphere, whereas the George solo stuff takes on, I would say, at least as it seems to me, bigger, deeper, and more serious issues, and has a heft and an emotional weight to it. This definitely feels more like that than it does a lot of the other Wham material. So maybe the fact that it's the last track on the second Wham album is an indication already that George was trying to push in that direction, which I do remember people saying that part of why he left Wham and struck out on his own is because he wanted to make different type of music than Wham had become known for. So in any case, as I said, I think it does sound very much like a George solo track. His voice sounding fantastic, really hitting some rich moments. Just a great composition. It felt like that was a long tune. I want to say over 5 minutes. In fact, over 6 minutes, like 6.5 almost. So yeah, definitely a full journey sonically and narratively, even if I'm not quite sure how to place or piece together the narrative. So classic tune, better than I remembered it. Oh, and did I not mention the saxophone? I can't believe I was about to end the video without commenting on that sax. I remembered that part, especially the final part of the overall melodic riff when it climbs back up again. But man, was it even better than I remembered. And each time it comes in again after vocals and the chorus, it just kills it. Like, it's the best part of that track, despite how good the acoustic guitar is, despite that bass groove, despite the string element running underneath it. So yeah, fantastic saxophone, and I say that as someone who loves a lot of different 1980s sax parts in tracks. So Really cool one. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.